All right. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Azure Grand Assembly, March 2025. So, what we are going to start doing is we're returning to our monthly assembly format. In 2024, we did a kind of every other month thing, which worked pretty good. The first half of the year, we were like in the final months of Endwalker. And then going into the summer, we had Dawn Trail, real big focus on the expansion. And then we kind of hit a lull with the last patch. It was a little slow, but I think everybody's aware of the things that were going on with the game and like things that we were doing. So um, information was pretty solid, and we were fine with the bi-monthly format or whatever. So here we are. Yeah, returning to monthly format for assemblies. Which also just means more communication with all of you and more raffles and fun and just making sure all the information is presented live as well as online. So there's like always channels and resources available to kind of find out what's going on in Azure. Okay, so let's see. Hold on. So we're gonna try a new thing here. This is something I was kind of inspired by not a community here in 14, but a community I'm a part of in real life, actually, that actually takes the time to name off new members. So I would like to welcome all new recruits and name off all of the names that have joined us in the last 30 days. Starting with new members, or returning as well, Silas Nocturne, and including in our wings as well, Zurian, Corley, Grandpa, Michaela Moon, John Wicht, Rem Ember, Sahaya Starkis, Liara, Alexander, Alice Sculliam, Stefan West in our new wing, I'll mention later. We've got Leafit Silver Fox, Alt. Mage Doe, Zirik Blacklight, Arcanum Moonshift, Wowzupa, Luca, MTV is Y7204, Destroyer of Worlds, Cozy Dragon. Welcome back, Cozy. Zeus Andre, Gideon Lockhart, Rengoku Senpai, Trinidad Fear, Alicia Superior, Zero Excellence, Jace Calnus, Jace over our scout Jace joined us over in SOTOR. Nova X, Grim, one of our Azure Wardens. Let's see here, Chris J, Tactical Whiffer, let's see, Raholt, Nemera, Sidon Brightburst, Morwena Stargazer, Anderina Selena, BU, Aaron Keene, Marshall Keene, Mabel Nuri, Riven Ringabell, Adam Thurston, let's see, Kachan Rice, Sheridan Zerl, Kamira Kazuma, Lyra Chai, and let's see, we're getting back into, we'll do, let's see, three more going back into January. Calypso Kage, Rin Atlus, and Sothis Arcana. Welcome, new members of Azure Infinitum. Should have had my applause soundboard here. And if your name was not called out because someone didn't put in a recruitment report, or maybe you were just past the last amount of days that I named, we still very much welcome you to our community. The folks are in-game clapping. That's awesome. Yeah, welcome. All right. Let's. Okay. So, kicking off today in phase 1 of our announcements, I want to highlight Azure Grand Duel Tournament 26, taking place tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. CT, so that's Central. So 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. This is going to take place at the Wolves Den Pier over in Lenosha, at the Dueling Circle, which is certainly not a circle at all. It's a square, but they call it a circle. So That's how it goes. And I just had a memory of a fan fest when they asked Yoshi why it was called Circle, and he refused to answer. It was pretty funny. Yeah. At the Dueling Circle, we're going to be hosting our 26th rendition of the Azure Grand Duel Tournament. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We've got 20 million gil in the pot to start with, which, folks can add to that anytime. You can either throw it in the FC chest and let us know that it's for the tournament, or trade it to us. Well, I'll be holding it, so trade it to me when we're there. We'll ask that the crowd gather just outside the dueling circle. Obviously, we can't, ask people not to be inside of it, but others are going to be using it too. So we'll want to make sure everybody's respectful over there. But we will be there to host the duel tournament, and the way we do that is we have 1v1s. They are synced. So no worries about being, super crazy at PvP and stuff. Just come fight for fun. Sometimes it's just nice to have a nice big bracket of people. So it'd be cool to just see folks show up and support and be there. You're welcome to come and be in the audience. This is something that anybody can watch live. You don't have to be in an instance or a party to watch this. And of course, you can watch it live as well, as I'll be streaming the event and recording it as well. There'll be plenty of a chance to see this. The way we put this together is we have everybody show up who wants to fight in the tournament, and beating up FC mates is fun. That's what Bryce said in the chat. That's funny. Sometimes you got to get down there and scrap, and but this is a big build-up. This has been building up for a while. We've been wanting to do this for a few months. So what we do is we get down to the dueling circle, and I'll ask the audience to do a /random roll in game in Final Fantasy 14. And when we have all the numbers, I will create a bracket based off of the numbers going from highest to lowest. So that lets me just kind of like fit, this person versus this person, and I'll announce them slowly per each round. And the fights are best of 3. So that means you want to win 2 out of 3. Yeah, and new skills can't be used in 1v1. Okay, but the basics are all there, and everybody gets like a shield, a heal. If you haven't really checked out PvP actions, go to the Wolf's Den, make sure you got them on your bar. PvP now is very simplified compared to what it used to be. Every patch they've kind of almost every patch they've done little things to it here and there. It's kind of at the point now where you just have a few combos and a few different specific moves, your personal limit break. Every class has their own limit break, which is also there in 1v1. And it's so basically we just go down the bracket. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Every time we do this, it's a lot of fun. And the victor of the tournament, gets showered in gil. That's why we have a huge, gil prize. This was inspired by medieval tournaments, where the victor would be. Sour says the vidter. The vidter. Yeah, the victor would be showered in money and fame and stuff like that. And so what we do is we have an Infinitum championship, for those that don't know. On our website, over on the community site, azureinfinitum.com, you can actually look at on the nav bar, you can go to the champions page, which lists all of the champions that have not only won tournaments, but won the championship by fighting the previous champion. So right now, this is the last day of Rocco Rakesh's reign as champ. He has decided to relinquish the title, so he won't be defending it. He's not currently active in 14 at this time. We've been having discussions behind the scenes about what to do, and so he's relinquishing it due to IRL needs, and it is now a vacant title. So when that happens, what we do is we have a number 1 contender. So Vidario here, Vidario, he is the number 1 contender to the Infinitum Championships, and how that's going to be handled is in the tournament, the victor of the tournament gets to face Vidario for the title. So normally we have a victor face the champ, but this time it's the victor faces for the number 1 contender. So it's very, very similar. It's just that neither has the championship to start with, but we'll be fighting for it. So Oh, we got a we got some competition going down in one of the chats. Yeah, number one pretender, Cynic says. It's like WWE where you get the microphones and yell at each other a bit before before we start. Oh, it's funny. Number one pretender. Well, we will see. We'll see if he's pretending or not. We'll see if he's pretending or not. Defensor says, "I can hear your PS4 from here." Sick. Oh yeah, we got some friendly competition going. I see some quotes from famous wrestlers already in chat. Oh, this is going to be good tomorrow. This is going to be good. I can tell. We actually meant to do this about a month ago, but you know, as things have been so busy for myself and even within our other projects and things that we've been doing, it just kind of got pushed back. So yeah, we're going for it. We announced it about almost a month ago, about maybe three and a half weeks ago, something like that, and just hoping that we see a nice turnout. You know, like I said, if it's not really your thing, but you'd like to watch the fights, it's actually kind of entertaining. You can look at our last tournament. 25 was dual tournament 25 is on our YouTube if you want to see what it looks like. So it's about I'd say a little over an hour probably of duels, but they can be a lot more entertaining than you can imagine. You know, it's not just two people smacking each other. We've seen some really epic fights in the past, and this is a DPS tournament, so there will be some rules posted that are actually already posted on the website. I think it's the second most recent post is Azure Grand Assembly 26. I keep wanting to say 27. I don't know why. 26. So yeah, 26 tournaments, man. Typically we'll do them either close to or near our Azure Day weekend events that we do a few times a year. It's our quarterly celebrations. But right now we don't have one of those scheduled until well, I can't say because we're still figuring that out. But there, I mean, later on this year is already figured out. I just don't know what the newest one, what date I can say yet. But since we don't have that right now, we will soon. This is one of those that we'll do outside of that. So this is a full event that's dedicated to just the tournament. And you know, like I said, just like in a medieval kingdom, you know, the crowd will be there, and you know, there will be folks who are, you know, might not be super confident, but they fight for the honor of the free company anyway, or for themselves or whatever. And our allies are certainly welcome as well. Our Infinitum Alliance and our friends here and extended community FF14 members that are part of Azure and Discord. And yeah, there's no signups. It is just, you know, show up, and as long as you are an Azure member in some form, you are welcome to roll/random, and let's get a big bracket. Love to see a big bracket. If we get at least 20 people, it'll make for a sizable enough tournament, because then that'll be about 10 matches. And then, well, actually, it might even be a little bit more, because there'll be 10 matches for round one, and you know, so on and so forth. 5 for round two, and then we'll have a good size semifinal, and then a finale, and then a championship match is best of 5. Best of 5. So our champ, whoever becomes our champ, is going to be somebody who has fought very hard for this. And like I said, you know, we'll see if Vidario here, as he says, Vidario Superstario, will be able to take that title. Now, those that win the Infinitum Championship do get listed on that website I mentioned, and then we'll defend the title at the next tournament, which we'd like to do a little bit more often. We had them a little spread out last year. They were either around our Azure days, or you know, we did a couple, but we should be doing about like 4 of these a year at least. But they're getting better and better, and we're always improving and kind of finding other ways. So I have a, let me see here, where did it go? Okay, I have a message here from Vidario. I didn't know if he was going to make it or not, but I don't know if he wants to say this himself, or if he would like me to read it. You want me to read it, Vid? You want? Okay, okay. He wants to come up. Okay, let me bring him up to the stage. Welcome, Vidario.
Heyo! How's
Hey.
everyone doing? Nice. So I have a short message, I guess you can say, for people who want to join
Say it with
PvP,
passion.
and you guys might be afraid to try out PvP, and that's okay. I didn't expect to try PvP out myself until I went to one of our Super Azure Slayer Sundays. Was the first time I tried PvP, and I absolutely fell in love with it and trying out the new classes. And my words of advice is no matter how new you are or how unsure you feel about PvP, don't knock it till you try it, right? You won't know until you're made of until you step onto that battlefield. And this message is also for those of you who think you're going to take the title away from me, something that I've been working so hard for. Um, if you're looking to challenge me, I just have 5 words for you. Meet me in the den.
Okay, well said. Well said. Meet me in the den, he said. All right. All right. Very nice, Vid. All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Definitely can't wait to see what the results are tomorrow for Azure Grand Duel Tournament 26. All right. Thank you, Vidario.
Awesome. Thank you.
There we go. Okay. I didn't see the I didn't see the option to end the stage share thing. Okay. um, and if any council wants to hop up to the stage as well, besides being in the chat, just do the little like there is a raise hand option in the stage channel here, but if I'm not looking to the right, I might not see it. So just say a little something in chat. Oh wait, hold on. I need to. Oh yeah. My council chat is hidden on my stream, so no worries. You can say something in council, and I'll see it immediately and approve the raise hand thingy. Okay. So wow, yeah, well said. Meet me in the den, man. Okay, it's on. It is on. It's on. I like to say it's on like Donkey Kong. Alrighty, let's see here. So that's gonna be something tomorrow. 20 million gil prize pot, 20 million gil to the victor. So that's just winning the tournament. So even if you don't win the championship, and you've made it somehow to the end and fought hard and you're exhausted and you don't win the champion fight, you still walk away with the prize pot. So it's pretty good. That is for the tournament victor. Let me see here. Okay, so the next segment we have here, just before our first raffle, we want to take a moment to do some promotion and acknowledgments. And let me see. Okay, just making sure I have the list here. Okay. We've been working on kind of our let's see, how should I say it? Like reorganizing the structure, kind of in our upper ranks, trying to work on like prereqs, some of the folks that have been getting involved for like event hosting and stuff like that. We want to make sure that we keep things moving along and always keep training and opportunities open. Here in Azure, we want people to feel confident in whatever role that they're in, whether you are content and happy being a member of Azure Infinitum, or you've got that drive inside of you to step up and move further. We want to make sure that from our position here in the council and my position is the leader of the community, that these opportunities are always existing. Like, we want to recognize that interest that some of you out there might have, or those that already have stepped up, have had, still have, and and get the ball rolling. Um, we were moving a little bit slowly for the last few months, just kind of due to just everything in the game started slowing down here in 14. So, we might have folks listening from other branches of Azure, other wings, and but here in 14, this is our core. So this is where the training is done and stuff like that, because this is where we have the most going on. So it's really easy to work with people here. Other options may be available for things like that in the future when it comes to moving up to the upper support and leadership ranks. But this is kind of like where we main focus like most of that. So um, things are moving forward, really really well, and we've got a number of names that have come up and joined us in council. I believe they're all here with us. I think everybody is here with us. So I'm going to start with our new lieutenants. We've got 4 new lieutenants and a promotion to general, which you don't see every day. And that's really nice, because filling out our leadership team is very important for Azure. The Azure Council was formed for two reasons back in 2017. This was formed to help me, obviously, in leading the community and provide a leadership team for Azure. As folks come up through the scout ranks and then become cleared for event hosting, they, over time will be chosen to kind of graduate to that next level, if interested. And there's never any pressure to promote, but step up to that next level and become a lieutenant and join the Azure Council. The council and I work, very, very, very close together on everything that happens in this community. We try our best to be as transparent as we can about changes, and just the general day-to-day happenings and things like that. Especially by being very hands-on with the support team, the support backbone of Azure, the scout ranks, and then that trickles down to membership, where we see. Sorry for the motorcycle in the background. There we see people that will get the results of all that work going on kind of behind the scenes. So, sure, just checking chat, making sure there's no immediate questions or council needs here. Okay, yeah, I'm managing like 3 or 4 different screens here. All right, so that being said, I want to recognize those promotions, because what we have been doing is we've been really kind of in motion. So we made the promotions already, but we wanted to make sure we had this segment so we can properly, identify them to the community. And some may or may not have been, looking at ranks and stuff like that. So let's see here. Back up to my notes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So let me see here. If any of you that I name want to come up to the stage to have like a moment to just say something, or if you've got a speech that you want to type out or anything like that, feel free to do so. Just let me know if you do. That way, we can pause for just a moment to let you do that. Typically, it's tradition for us to kind of like take a second to allow someone to give their leadership statement or something like that. And if they don't have one, then that's also fine too. But I just wanted to give that opportunity here. So first up is Coco Zico. Welcome, Coco, to the Azure Council. Ah, a fine toast. Yes. Yep. Oops. There we go. I just realized that my character was standing this whole time. Okay. Oh, I see it. Yep. There we go. All right. Yep. Welcome to the stage, Coco. Welcome to the
Hello,
council.
everyone. Thank you for having me here. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me to be a part of the Scout and Assisting program, Reka. I love all the work that's been going on in Azure, and I love being a part of it. I know I haven't really shown myself much to a lot of you, or I'm not around frequently. I do apologize. I am a bit of a shy individual. It takes me time to open up and adjust myself, but be assured, I do spend a lot of time in the Discord and in the game. I am making sure to pay attention to what people are saying, hearing them out, and I want to be able to do my part to make sure that this community can grow and expand and remain a positive place where people can express their ideas and individuality. Um, in addition to that, moving forward, I am the host of Monstrous Monday. We will be starting um, Recollection Extreme, which is Beatrix Extreme number 4, tomorrow as well, after the events of the PvP tournament. Anyone that wants to show up, we will be running through it. I recommend everyone watch the video as well as make sure they're geared up for it. There is plenty of resources to do so. And anyone that feels inclined to assist with callouts or helping group up everyone that wants to show up, you're more than welcome to. I look forward to having every hand on deck for a wonderful fight.
Very well said. Very well said. Thank you, Coco. I just realized I don't see a soundboard option in here for me. Huh. I'll have to get that. I'll have to do that with other methods. All right. Yes. Thank you, Coco. Thank you. Okay. And our next name joining the Azure Council, Sour Pumpkin. Sour Pumpkin, welcome to the Azure Council. And our let's see, swapping between Chan. And our next lieutenant, Celine Sister. Celine, welcome to the Azure Council. Lots of celebrating here in game. Oh, I just noticed my stream says it's not playing 14. It's playing this. Why does it do that? I wish it could just auto detect. I'm going to go ahead and read what Celine said. Thank you, everyone. I don't have a lot to say, but make sure you are all prepared for the Occult Crescent. I hope to see you all there. Thank you for the community and always being so supportive. From Celine, Lieutenant Celine Sestier. For our our Twitch viewers and the future archive. Okay. And our next lieutenant, the #1 contender himself, Vidario Superstario Sandermore. Cynic with the Realm Reborn red. Dario Superstario. All right, thank you, Vid. Welcome to the Azure Council. And finally, our newest general addition to the Azure Skies Guard, also known as the Blue Cloaks Generals of Azure Infinitum, working directly with me and Terry as my right hands. Both of them here. No, Terry is not here, but he sends his well wishes. We have General Defensor Fortis. As tradition, our generals receive what is called the first titles. The first titles currently belong to Terry is First Shield of the Infinitum, and Defensor, now named First Battlemaster of the Infinitum. Welcome to the Skies Guard, Defensor. Begins his tenure as general with a very fine dance. Oh, yeah. Cynic with the extra sparkles there. Adding to the scene. Generals of Azure Infinitum typically represent long-time serving lieutenants who are working more closely with me than even Council. Though they are part of Council, one of the purposes of generals that separates them from lieutenants is that I choose a very small number of them to help me manage some of the back-end things that lieutenants either don't manage, or this might be something like stuff like sites or other clans, or difficult decisions that are taking place within council where we present them to lieutenants. Of course, generals and I are transparent with lieutenants. The high council, or the generals, represent the portion of council that will also work together on lieutenant promotions as well. There are a number of unique characteristics that classify our general category. Though council is one, the generals help very, very much serve as my right hands in leading the council as well as Azure. Welcome, Defensor. Defensor first joined us back in 2015, and as I've said since the old days, bleeds blue. Welcome to the Skies Guard. He says we tricked the enemy into building their walls out of balsa. Darn said, officer, defense, officer of the plywood. You guys and your jokes. Oh, goodness. All right. All right. Well, let's give a big round of applause. Big round of applause for all of our new council inductees. This is a historic day. We don't see batch promotions like these super often. So it's awesome to see, so many coming up from assist up into that's our scouts, our support team coming up into council. Oh, Def wanted to say something. Hey, Def, welcome to the stage. Congratulations.
Finally, I'm acknowledged. Ugh. Anyways, yeah, I also didn't have much to say, but I hate typing because I do a lot of typos, as Cynic knows. But pretty much, even though my rank has gone up, nothing will change. I don't expect to be treated any differently. And as always, if you need help with anything, reach out to me. You can find me here in Monster Hunter, playing the new Korean Sims game, or, just check Steam. I might be playing something on that. Oh, and I love you all. Mwah.
All right, thank you, Def. Okay, and one more thing before we move on to our raffle. Again, congratulations to all of our council inductees, and we have a newly refreshed council page on the website that anybody can view and visit if they're interested, with special council profiles for the leaders of Azure. This kind of is a good way to just kind of get a idea of each person's personality and kind of see a little bit about them. Each one of them has written a little bio, and they've been collected into a nice, like, stylized, profile cards that are on there. You can kind of go down the list, and you can even learn some facts about the council as an organization, and when it started, and how it formed, how it reformed, and different eras, and what has led to different developments that have created this team. And so that is on there. If you go to About, you go to AzureInfinitum.com, go to About, go down to the Azure Council, you'll see all of the current new members. Even some of them have been refreshed as well. And they are on there now. Yep. Let me see here. Yeah, yep. Everything looks great. So just about the council. It's kind of a way for us to kind of help more people know, like, because not everybody gets to play with everybody all the time. So it's a good way to kind of just help folks across our community become a little bit more, I guess, aware or able to access, a way to learn a little bit more about those that are leading Azure with me. So thank you guys again. Okay, let's see here. We will start our first raffle. This is going to be an in-game item out of the prize pool. I'm going to come with Reika to the center of the room. And what we're going to do is I'm going to ask for /random in-game or a 3-digit number. 3-digit number in chat, whether it's in Twitch chat or the Grand Assembly chat. You can do either. Put a 3-digit number or /random in-game. Up to you if you're here at the assembly hall. In a moment, I'll be using /random myself, and the number closest to that number from any of our chats, the live stream on Twitch, the assembly chat channel, and the in-game chat, and we will see who's going to win the first prize. First prize is a newer-ish item. We got 3 raffles total this event. We got one there. The entries are coming in. I'm gonna make that full screen. Very awesome. All right. I want to give everybody a chance. One more minute. Those that want to enter the first raffle, if you haven't yet, put a 3-digit number in our chats or /random for a random roll here in FF14. All right, I'm going to go ahead and /random now. Let me see the results of the first raffle. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and 55. Wow, it's low. 55. Okay. Let's see. That's going to be pretty low. Aster with a 24. Checking all the different chats. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, that's Aster. Congrats. Congratulations, Aster Highlander. Oops. All right, let's see. Where is Aster? Aster. Okay. Oh, wait. Nope. There he is. Oh, we Polona with the sparkles. Nice, very nice. My losing streak is gone, he said. That's funny. Okay. Congratulations on the Shishuye. Little, nice little rabbit minion there. Came out not too long ago. A little something. Congrats. All right, we'll have 2 more. We got 2 more, including our Amazon gift card raffle here shortly, as we get to phase 3. All right, guys. Who here really likes FC events? Yeah. All right. Well, if you like FC events, we have got some updates and some stuff to talk about our weekly schedule. So, for the current event schedule, some additions and some changes. As Lieutenant Coco mentioned a little bit ago, Monstrous Mondays, that's our weekly EX trial, learning and clear, mostly learning because, it's challenging with doing the latest trial, but we are doing the latest one. Learning parties with, some clear attempts as we get going. I don't know about right away, but, how it goes with new content. We are switching officially to EX4 for the Zelenia trial. That's the one that looks a lot familiar to a very certain Final Fantasy IX character. And we'll be switching that to doing Zelenia learning each week for Monstrous Mondays. And all event grouping times, you can check the event channel for the posters or our calendar online on that website. Yep. And like Coco said, we're looking forward to a good solid event. We want to remind people that it is a learning event. So this content is barely a week old, and there has been quite a number of people learning this fight over the weekend and through the week. And I'm expecting kind of like a mixed experience level for those that have cleared it and those that are wanting to come learn it. So that kind of mixes it up a bit. There will be some stuff posted in Discord as well. Yes, just like Coco just said. Thank you, Coco. Yes, please make sure to go to the War Room channel in Discord for resources to learn ahead of time. There's some nice guides and videos there, some graphics and things that you can kind of look up. If you're coming in fresh, I mean, if you haven't at least looked something up, it can be a little rough. It's just if you look, for me, a video doesn't always help right away. It's not going to teach me the whole thing, but at least there might be something I see visually that will, I can go, oh, I saw that in the video. That's right. And then you kind of like just build that muscle memory. That is really kind of the point of having that stuff there. And then you can study it, of course, and even go in outside of the event and just kind of, it's okay to go in and die. It's okay to, just kind of just do some PFs or stuff like that. And then when you come to the event, you have a little bit of foreknowledge. That's a good habit to develop for doing content like this. It's a little rough when someone may just be completely unprepared, know nothing, and might even be under geared or something like that. So just take a little bit of time preparing yourself, and we want to have you. We want to see people come and learn this content. It can feel really good to learn the current content and get some progress and some success at it. So that's what we do at Monstrous Mondays. Thank you, Coco, for hosting. And as Coco said, coming to hang with friends and learn a new fight is the important part. But part of that fun is being considerate of your teammates. Just remember, and everyone will have smiles. Indeed, very well said. Host of Monstrous Mondays. Thank you. As for Tuesdays in the week, Azure Arcadian Tuesdays, that is our weekly raid. So we recently ended the Azure 24-man Tuesdays Echoes of Vana'diel, which did its last run the previous week before patch. That was the very, very grand finale for the solo Juno adventure until we get the duo that comes with the next one, part 2, expected sometime this summer. And then that'll be the 2 coins and the upgrades then. But for now, we are on Azure Arcadian Tuesdays with Tier 2 normal 8-man raids every Tuesday. We are doing a prime time and a late night run, like usual. To which last Tuesday for day 1, week 1 clears, we saw some success, some good success. That was day 1. So those who attended, it took pretty much the full event time, but we finished just in time. I know my group finished right at grouping time for late night. The normals do have drops. I mean, they have the there's the gear that you turn in, the little drops for the gear, and then there's a few extra stuff too. Yeah, so yeah, for 740 gear. Yep. Yep, and going forward, those that want to come in blind, to experience it the first time, because this is, we're not even to week 2 yet until Tuesday gets here. So, if you want to go in blind and you still want to be kind of surprised and stuff like that, let us know. You want to communicate with the hosts for sure. Those that are doing the grouping at the event in the FC lawn. So, our events are open invite, show up at the lawn and get grouped. Make sure you let your hosts know so hosts can kind of accommodate as best as they can. Of course, if the party is wiping over and over, there's going to be some discussion of mechanics, and the hosts that know the fights are going to be needing to tell people, hey, this is something that happens, you really got to avoid. But we'll continue for a little bit while it's new to allow for those blind experiences, to at least try to get as many of those experiences as we can, because that can be a lot of fun. For some people prefer that. For Wednesday, Wondrous Wednesdays continues with a few additions and changes to the. I think the loot pool got updated, and the content done during Wednesday was updated. But the content that we are doing that remains the same as far as the expansion. So we're still we're going from Stormblood through. We're not doing no Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers up through. Well, some Stormblood like the raids and stuff. Yeah, and then up through to Endsinger. Endsinger is where we cut it off for the Unsynced. Because after that, it's it gets a little bit more challenging, even with Unsynced because it's so recent. But Wondrous Tales has been completely revamped in the last couple months. If you haven't come to our Wondrous Wednesday nights, that has had a nice facelift. In January, we started doing a whole different way of doing it that is a lot more efficient, a lot more fun, and a lot more engaging for attendees to come and get a book done. And we know that a lot of the content can be soloable, but the point is to do it with FC mates. Have some fun, have some bonding, and there are some things that are a little bit of a pain to do by yourself. So it is nice to have like a party that's there to just bam, get it done. And this may not be everything in the book, but it's a good number of it. And we do a first round being trials, and then the second round being the raids, all the way up to current raids. So the raids that we do in Wondrous Wednesdays will be up to Arcadian, and then the trials are up to Endsinger. And then we can unsync Arcadian, but Arcadian's easy enough to do pretty quick. So for the Wondrous Tales, I don't think the new Arcadian is in it. I don't think so. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think so. But it'll be the regular one. I mean the first one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, I do want to. I forgot to mention this. I did want to thank our attendees who attended Echoes of Anadil Juno runs, and those that also came to the first tier of Arcadian, and those that came to our Sphene Monstrous Mondays. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that still might need the Sphene clear. I do personally. That's one I haven't gotten to yet. I did the others, but we'll consider something as we go down the road. Usually throughout an expansion, we'll go through all the current EXs, and then there might be a point where we'll go back and do kind of like a same expansion but previous trials after we've done a certain amount. There might even be one that we're clearing so regularly, and there might be like a number of people that still need an older one. So just stay tuned about when it comes to older ones. But also keep in mind, like with other stuff that we do for Azure, we do certain like maps and certain things like that, and for like 2 years at a time, and then we move on to the next thing. We can't always support all of the old content at the same time because content's always getting added to the game, and it just becomes a higher number. So we do have lower levels in mind for stuff like Wondrous Wednesdays, Mega Mountathon, PvP, and more, but including maps as well. Thursday is now or has been for a little bit since the start of the year, a all maps day for all 8-man maps with portals, starting with Heavensward up. But we're doing our best to accommodate the lower levels that might want to get involved, and there's 4 or 5 events in our week that are viable for lower levels. Yeah. So going on to map events, very popular, one of our flagship events. Treasure Thursdays and Friday night treasure fights will both continue to run through patch 3.2 7.2. There was some question as to Friday night treasure fights and the time slot that we are planning for a field op and Monster Hunter are kind of all squished together. So there will be some planning and announcements on that. But Friday night treasure fights won't be moving at all in this patch, or probably ever. And that's our Brackskin focus all the way through Dawn Trail. That'll be Brackskin focus on Friday nights, and the Thursday is always going to be Treasure Thursdays for 8-man Heavensward and up. So, and yes, there are new rewards. That's what's really nice about patches is all of our events get a little something, and maps now have they say they've adjusted the portal spawn rate. which we saw two very different results last night for Friday night maps. We saw one party have like a ton of portals and luck and lasted way like deep into the night, just because it was amazing. And then the other one still did okay, but didn't see as much. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen. It's all luck based, right? So, don't get discouraged if you come to an event where one party didn't get a lot of portals. Sometimes one party will run longer and still be, have room or accepting people to come in after the other one ends. Sometimes we'll do a little shout out for that as well. But don't be discouraged. And if you might have a really good week where you get a jackpot, and the next week you might not see too much. But beyond fig coffers, we've got the leather straps, which are very popular right now, and more. So, yep. Yeah, and as Lieutenant Sauer said, if luck is real bad, sometimes we do an extra round. So, because it varies. We put about 2.5 hours on the time slot, and nobody's obligated to attend the whole time, but we give enough time so that way, if there's really good luck, we have enough time. We do up to 3 rounds. We say up to 3 because 2 rounds, if there's a lot of portals, well, that's a long event. If there's bad luck, it can actually end within an hour. So that's why we might do an extra one if it's real bad or whatnot. We just want to make sure the events are fun, right? And as of January, we kicked off this year doing something that we haven't done ever in the history of Azure, and that was our map fundraising that we used to do. And we are now making enough as an FC through other methods, such as our submarines and stuff like that, other projects, that we are making so much more than what we used to do with map fundraising. So all attendees, have access to like all of the gil that they're earning. But before we did a fundraiser, and a fundraiser is a fundraiser that was specifically for raising funds for the FC, for members in the community, FC needs, things like that, and people that joined used to get a kind of like an invoice at the end for half of the regular dropped gil. But we don't do that anymore. We don't even need to. That amounted to like 3 to 5 mil a month, and we're getting like 3 to 4 times that now off of other projects. So that's even better. And without the math involved, that also helps our hosts, feel a little bit more light and not having to do math the whole time. And it's even opened up possibilities for other people who wanted to get involved but might have been in a little bit I don't really want to do math, so we totally understand. And yeah, it's every single one now is no fundraising. However, gil donations are always welcome. That will always go towards future FC events and prize giveaways. We invest quite a bit in these like mega events like Azure Day weekends and stuff like our tournament and things like that. Just to keep things fun and have the rewards be big, and they will be getting bigger as we go. Yes, Lieutenant Coco says maps are a great way to just chat with friends and play the game for an hour or two. Sour and Vid do their best to make the events fun for everyone, as well as our other hosts as well. All those that are on the duty roster for all of our events. Our goal is to get people who are trained. With trained just means that we shadow them for a couple events, make sure that they're cleared to host, knowing that they follow our protocol and things like that, and make sure folks are in a position where that they're keeping things fun and lively for attendees. That way our attendees can always trust that these things are gonna go smoothly. All right, so that covers those. So for Mega Mountathon on every first and third Saturday of the month, we'll be focusing on Rubicante throughout April. So we did one Rubicante, and we realized that we can pretty much like farm it a little faster than the previous runs for Barbaria. But we didn't see a lot of luck with the last one we did, and that was the first and only one we did for Mega Mountathon. So Mega Mountathon's going to focus, because there's only 2 per month, and we do that because we don't want them to get burnt out. And even if they don't get burnt out and they're super successful, then we've got so many mount drops that the event ends really quick. Not ends in the day, but in the it ends like in the year too quick. And we've got other Saturday events too. So we are going to focus Rubicante throughout April for the next two. And then Super Azure Slayer Sunday is the same. However, if it's a Sunday that falls on Borderland Ruins, then we get to look forward to a new map, because if any of you have played it yet, the new Borderland Ruins Cartano map is really cool. Really, really cool. Captain Xavier Ronan and I, we went over and played it the other day, just a couple days after release, and boy, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So if that does fall on us on one of those Super Azure Slayer Sundays, then we'll have something new there. Otherwise, Super Azure Slayer Sunday is the same. And Azure Fate Farmers, we've got one more week of Living Memory to do for second and fourth Saturday Fate Farms. That's for shared Fate ranks and gemstone farming. So maybe you've already done your Fate ranks, but you want to farm gemstones with the FC, or maybe you've got something to level and you just want to hang out and chat. Living Memory will be the next one, and then after the next Living Memory one for the that'll be the second Saturday of April. The fourth Saturday of April, it's going to reset back to the beginning of Dawn Trail. So those that might have been coming up this whole time in the expansion are going to have a chance to work on that with the FC. And if you've got jobs that are like 90 and you want to level them in Fates, and plenty of people that have already finished Fate ranks, like I said earlier, can come to farm gemstones. Don't forget, there's a lot of stuff to earn from gemstones. I mean, it's a 1,500 cap, and you've got the vouchers that make a lot of gil that you can collect. And then there's also individual unique items per zone. Mats that sell, sometimes minions, things like that. Bardings, other stuff too, orchestrion rolls, you name it. So there's a lot of stuff you can get out of this. Just because your Fate rank is, might be done in that area, doesn't mean there's so much more you can do. It's good to become a resourceful player, that kind of looks at this content and the events that the FC offers, and just kind of notices that, like, hey, there's like 5 other things I could do with this, while also talking with FC mates and getting to know people, and having fun. So and a lot of these that we do, I do record for our channel. This helps us keep a nice archive, so people can kind of see what we do here as an FC, and also kind of get a window into what it's like on the regular for Azure. And aside from Fate Farmers, let's see, Savage Saturdays. So that's something that we haven't done in a few weeks. We took a few weeks off of it. It's technically an LTE, a limited time event. It's something that I brought back to start getting a lot of people their Savage mounts and clears from older Savages. This is unsynced Savage farm, so it's a lot of fun. If you're not confident about Savage, or you're like, man, I've always wanted that Omega mount, or I've always wanted that the big snake from the other raid or whatever, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to come, because guess what? They're guaranteed. They're first and third Saturdays is when they officially take place. So the first one's going to be April 5th. Not the first one. The first one coming back, April 5th. So the last times that we did it, we had successful weeks, several successful weeks. We did all of Omega to start with, and a lot of people got their Omega Savage mounts because it's a guaranteed drop each time. So we were able to do that. That's 3 mounts potentially per event. 3 Savage mounts per event. That's awesome. Then we went through Eden. We smashed Eden. Everybody that attended that got their Eden mounts. And we did get to Pandemonium. And that's kind of where it stopped. But we were doing really good. And we noticed that there was some painful mechanics towards the last chunk of the fight. I would not say it's horrible or really, really horrendously bad chance at getting. I don't think we're going to be able to do all 3 Pandemonium mounts in one event, but I think that, a little bit of challenge, a little bit, while still being unsynced. And of course, we just got a gear race, right? So we just stepped up to another tier of strength. Maybe, we can get people to sort of look up mechanics for that one, because you can smash it all the way down to where, yeah, we did. Yes, we did. We did Pandemonium, Savage, Unsynced, for the Phoenix mount. And we got all the way down to a mechanic that we were just having a lot of trouble with. But it was a good learning experience, and it helped us get through phase 1 pretty well. So phase 2, where the guy transforms and goes into the next thing, there's a few things there. It's really not super bad. It's just that we need people to just know a couple mechanics. We don't even have to know them all. Just there's a few that are really important. So I'm going to post some resources that might make that easier. And those who want to attempt P4S unsynced to get that cool Phoenix with the 3 heads and the big, the black and red Phoenix. Phoenix is what it looks like it says, but it's Phoenix. I'm going to post that soon, and then we're going to do it on April 5th. And if it doesn't work out, we'll try one more time, the next one for the third Saturday. This is the same day as Mega Mountathon, so that means it's a major mount day. This is like the day that you'll come online if you want to farm Rubicante. If you don't have that links, the red links from Rubicante, unsynced, and the Rubicante clears, like we started having like no problem. We got it down to like 5 minutes a clear. So we just needed the mounts to drop. But Savage Saturdays will be that same day as Rubicante, just in the night. So it's a same grouping time as like the late night raids on Tuesday. Yeah, so if you're up late in the east, or if you're in the evening over here in Pacific or somewhere in the middle in Central, and you're just like, hey, I'd like to attempt P4S unsynced with the FC and try to get that dang Phoenix, come along with us. It's a slight challenge. It's not super bad, but it is a slight challenge. So I'm gonna post some resources. Like I said, I'll put it in the war room. That way, you can just go down to the 14 category in Discord and just have some easy access material. I'll put a couple different kinds. That way, some guides, some people like Hector's guides, or they like a more visual thing where they see what it looks like in game. So I'll put a couple different things there. But if you're interested in Savage Saturdays, check that out. And don't be intimidated. Like, have some courage, do a little bit of research, and come along with us, because this is a very non-judgmental space. So mistakes, are not going to be met with, harsh criticism or anything like that. But we do want to see people understand the mechanics. So we'll do our very, very best with that, and just see how it goes. This is very new for Azure to try unsynced Pandemonium Savage. So let's give it a shot. Let's be positive about it and give it a shot. And with Savage Saturdays coming back April 5th, let's see. This isn't anytime soon, but I wanted to mention that the field op, we do want to have the field op. That's the Shades Triangle Crescent Isle. That's not until May. So I know a lot of people thought it was coming soon, but it's still, it's soon-ish, but it's in May. So typically in our history, what we would do with Eureka and with Bozja was we would do a major primetime Friday event for the group content, like the critical engagements, stuff like Castrum Lacus Latoir, or what we did. We didn't do Arsenal as an FC, of course, because that's huge content. Whatchamacallit? Well, just like NM trains and stuff like that, and doing it in tiers too, because like Belgia, you had like the top tier, the middle tier, and the bottom tier of the map. Same thing with Zadnor. So depending how popular this is, which we know from previous field ops that this is a pretty big deal, we'll be splitting into groups based on ranks, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be like knowledge levels or something like that. We've seen quite a bit of it from what we need to know from live letters so far, but we'll continue to watch the live letters and kind of gather what info we need as an FC. We're usually pretty good at being ahead of time on that. Ever since Eureka Expedition Tuesdays and Fridays that we used to have, and Bozja, which also had a late night Bozja and a catch-up Bozja, because it was that big and that popular. So we're going to kind of have to do one at first on Fridays in a primetime slot that's going to be prior to Friday night treasure fights. So those that are out of Crescent Isle for the day, who just kind of want to relax and treasure maps after, we're still going to be providing that. So there's no fear of, Friday night maps going away just because we have a field op earlier in the day. And that's going to be a big focus in May. I just wanted to reassure everybody of that and let them know that, that does currently clash a little bit, I think, with our Monster Hunter wing, which may be talked about then, but it's quite a ways away. We're talking 2 months away, probably towards the end of May. We'll see how that goes. And of course, we've got monthly assemblies, so we will definitely let everybody know what those changes are, and what we're going to try to pick the best options to keep things in the best slots we can. Sorry for the car outside. The best slots that we can, so that way it's as convenient as possible for everybody that's interested in different games and different events and stuff like that. And last but not least, when it comes to events, I would like to announce that we are moving in a direction where we are now collecting more activity in the Azure Wardens in D2, Destiny 2. That's one of our biggest wings of Azure. We got close to 100 Guardians that are over there that are currently enjoying the second half or second part of the Heresy patch, as well as Guardian games currently going on. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But we're looking at least bringing back a weekly clan night. We've had that off for just a couple months. I think when we ended the year, we took a little break, and then we're hard focusing on recruitment over there. So when those come back into schedule, they will complement the schedule and not override like FC events or things like that, but also find a fitting time for the clan. That can be kind of challenging. But going forward, this is helping us kind of develop our wings, so that way as the wings grow and have their own events, they will also kind of complement the schedule too. And I'll be talking about this more in a little bit, but as a multi-platform community, this also gives a really nice option for people who do play multiple games to say, you know what, I'm a little burnt out on this content. I can go over here and join Azure doing this. And, it's a really nice thing. So it's kind of a winning point for us. Yeah, thank you, Coco. Like as Coco said in the chat, a reminder for anybody interested with Azure's Assist. That's Azure Scout Squad Initiative and Support Team Assist, the official name of our support structure. With Azure's Assist functionality, it's easy to become a scout and help Azure be a helpful, friendly place for all players of all types. So if you're interested in participating, make sure to reach out to me, Reka, or any other scout member or even council for more information. Well said. So that's what we're looking at for events. So just a quick recap. Monsters Mondays EX4, Azure Arcadian Tuesdays, new events and new rewards and updates to Wondrous Wednesdays, Treasure Thursdays, and Friday Night Treasure Fights. Mega Mountathon, focusing on Rubicante's Lynx mount drop. Super Azure Slayer Sunday with a potential new map. Azure Fate Farmers continuing with Living Memory and then rebooting after that. Savage Saturdays coming back April 5th. And Field Up in our future with Monster Hunter events continuing and possible soon to be D2 events added back in. And before we get to our second raffle here, I want to mention our recruitment campaign. Just real quick here. I'm not going to talk super long about it, but I do want to bring it up. If you go, let's see, we've had several big announcements in the last week. So on March 22nd, I announced in announcements on Discord. I haven't really posted it much elsewhere, but it is on Discord. I said, as we head deeper into our 11th year, developing our guilds across our worlds, and our Shining Core in 14 continues in all of its splendor and radiance. We do continue to build and bolster the roster, which means current and future generations of recruits as we further develop Azure. Looking forward to 7.2 and beyond, which we are now in, all the way through 8.0 and even after that, as we update and continue to grow across many skies, carried across many realms. A great time of building is upon us. There are a lot of surprises announcements that I'm talking about today here at our assembly. But I have announced the recruitment campaign, which basically begins a schedule for certain recruiters like myself, who are kind of like adding that into my schedule. Like, okay, I'm going to go to this game and do this for this amount of time. This is like a reassurance that we're wanting to build up our rosters. So, I mean, we always kind of are, but we're, this is an announcement that we're putting more effort into it, and even also as a team, and for those, that want to help. And like I always say, we've got friends in Azure fam that we haven't met yet. Let's go find them. So, our Discord recruitment is on a rotation, and when I say Discord, I mean the Discord servers that we post in, as well as the Reddit posts. Reddit's a very, very fantastic resource. Mostly for, well, actually not. I can't even say mostly. It's for a lot of things, but for recruitment, it's actually very, very nice. We like to see that the more studious type of members that want to look up and know where they're joining beforehand can see our Reddit. They're usually looking at things like active FCs and FC rankings and Reddit posts and stuff like that. So there's a place for that that's been active for a long, long time that we get a lot of recruits from too. So those posts will continue in rotation, and they're links that you can share too. Normally I'll just update the scouts and up with that, but I'll post them in some of our chats where everybody can see them and anybody can share them at any time. Yep. And so that's going to be a handful of Reddits and Discord, as well as, let's see here. And I wanted to mention too, in addition to those Reddits and Discords, because we're doing this community wide as well, members are welcome to help as well. They just need to send them to the right application boxes or the right DMs. Some games actually need a person to recruit them. Most have an application box like Final Fantasy 14. If you're just playing the game one day and you're like, I just feel like going out and recruiting, and you're not a scout, well, even if you are a scout, but especially for our members who may not be familiar with all the assist protocol, just make sure that you don't pitch to people who are in an FC. That's generally frowned upon and not really a good look to quote unquote poach people. Don't do that. If people reach out because they saw a shout or something like that, that's totally different. Because they reached out. That's a lot more respectable. That goes for a guild, clan, free company, all that. And are looking, may or may not be looking for a new one, but they might be interested. Friends of our members, those looking to join us as community members or FF14 members, but not FC members, are also welcome. Azure is broad. It's anchored in Discord as far as our entire roster, and we've got a ton of people that are not in the FC, but are still in the kind of the extended community too, and they're also very welcome to do that. I mean, we've even recently I had somebody who they were like, oh, I really like my group of friends and I don't want to leave them, but I also really like that you guys have a cool batch of resources and people to talk to, so they join the Discord, and you never know, they might even join the FC one day after seeing how awesome we are. So and everybody's welcome to help advertise. If you go into a zone and you want to pop a shout, the official shout is listed there on that announcement. It's just a couple announcements up in the Discord, and we use keywords that kind of explain. We don't waste time saying, well, we have a house, we have a ship, stuff like that. We say, shout out to newbies, casual vets, returners. We are a growing, active, organized community, 24/7 buffs, FC events, Discord, and more. And just tell to inquire. Our Discord link is very simple: discord.gg/Azure Infinitum. We have azurenet.com where we have our content that I post for news, game news, and stuff like that. And of course, the community portal, azureinfinitum.com. There are rewards for this. I don't know how many here today are aware, but we are offering 1 million gil per recruit. So this might also be a nice way to make some money before, I don't know, cosmic exploration, funding your melds for raids, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, 1 million gil per recruit. And if we start getting like to the point where we're running out of funds, which we have a lot stored up for this, then we might we might say, well, we got 120 recruits or something like that. I think we're good now. Then it'll end. But for now, that's $1 million per recruit. And we're also excited to see people join the wings too. Oh, one just joined just now, right as I'm speaking. Somebody just joined. Welcome to Azure. Yep. And what we need to do is we'll need those that are recruiting, whether you're a member who has led someone to our FC or wing, or if you are a scouter up that puts in a recruitment report, some way to signify who brought who in. So say you're like, I brought my friend, I'm a member of Azure. I'm not a scout, but I'm a member, and I brought someone to the application box, and that's my person. We might want to confirm it with the person, or you might be able to even see it in the log or something. But just let us know. That way you don't miss out on the guild, because $1 mil per recruit. That's pretty nice. And that's not because we're trying to buy recruits. This is a reward for those that are going out of their way to help spread our name. Why not? Why not do this? I think it's nice. And we're not just giving out $1 mil. There's more than that. There's more than $1 mil. We've got a prize pack, and some of those items are non-market items that only FCs, like FC Masters, can buy. So there's stuff like really cool furnishings. There's really cool portraits. There's stuff that you could collect for your private chamber, your personal house, your apartment, whatever, that you can't get unless you run an FC. And we're giving those out along with $1 million gil to those who are recruiting. So I'm keeping a tab of each recruit is 1 point, and 1 point equals $1 mil plus the prize pack, and it does stack. So that's 10 recruits. That's 10 million for you. All right. So, lastly, let's see. Making sure. Got a funny defensor's being real funny in council chat. So we have a reoccurring meme, I guess, at this point, where the character Grimace. I know a lot of people here have been wanting a Grimace shout out at the assembly. We've been talking about it. It's come up a few times this week. I mean, yeah. I saw Cynic mention this earlier too. Yep. Yes. Oh, thank you, Defensor. Yes, that was another thing I actually meant to mention, but I zoomed away from my recruitment post. Towards the bottom, I did also. Was it towards the bottom of that one or the next? No, it was the next one, I think, because I think I started that before the patch. Well, Midgard Stormer is open, so this is just good to know. Midgard Stormer is open, and here's the thing: it's not just open; it's the only server in Ether that is not only open but non-legacy. So there's only 2 right now. I haven't seen this before, and if it's happened, maybe it's happened when I wasn't looking. This is the only one that is, and it's often I don't think we've ever been a legacy server. No. But regardless, we're the only non-legacy server that's open in Ether, and Ether, from what I can see, is the most popular data center. It's packed. All the other data centers are either mostly open or legacy server means that 1.0 characters, it was kind of like they didn't have to, but it was it says legacy. They've kept it the whole time. At this point today, I don't even know if, I guess there's still some good reasoning for it, but they kept the word legacy on it, so that way it was kind of like a signal saying, hey, if you were in 1.0, if you come here, there's like a high chance you might see people that were also in 1.0. That's what a legacy server is. So you got, a lot of people on there. It's kind of mixed. There'll be people that are like, I was there, 3,000 years ago. And then you've got other people that were like, yeah, I played 1.0, and they got the 1.0 tattoo. There's a special tattoo that 1.0 players have that nobody else has. Yep. And so, it's pretty neat. But out of the 2, Sargatanas and Midgard Stormer are the only ones. So you know what that means? That means if you want to make alts for like retainers, extra storage, stuff like that, how do you get the 1.0 tattoo? I actually have no idea. I'm sorry. I don't know. Try Google Sensei. I don't know if Google Sensei can answer that, but I don't know. I bought 1.0 and didn't install it. I didn't have a computer that could run it, but I got the collector's edition anyways, because I'm a rabid Final Fantasy fan, and it's in my Final Fantasy 14 curio cabinet right now, and I never did anything with it, but man, it was so cool too. Does anybody remember that? Anybody here from 1.0 who got that collector's edition? And there was a mail-in thing that you could do where you could get a adventure certificate in real life that you could frame for your character and stuff. So cool, so awesome. Came with the onion helm and the really cool little leather book that has like art in it that you could, it's like an adventurer's journal. I have that and it's still blank. I've been meaning to do like a calligraphy thing with it and write a story for like Reika's journey and everything in Azure. I've got a few Azure books, actually. I've got a whole stack of notebooks here in my room that are organized. Some of them are like collector's edition notebooks and stuff like that. And I've got, I opened up the Stormblood one and it says like, day 1, Asm Step is really cool. I love the aura. It's like, it's funny. I've been keeping notes this whole time. Actually, I was cleaning my room and found a Treasure Thursdays note from 2014 the other day. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Anyway, sorry, I got off topic there. So yes, the recruitment campaign, but also remember the reason why we mentioned the server open is because this is something that I know some people are like, oh, I don't pay attention to that. It doesn't pertain to me. That's fine. That's totally fine. Those that have been waiting months to make alts or to bring friends over, that's where it matters most. So even if it's not RFC, bring your friends over to Midgard Stormer if you want, or make those alts, because this does not last very long. This is a very popular data center and a very popular server. It's popular because of raiding mainly. Raiding is a huge thing on Ether. I think Ether is known for raiding more than anywhere else, in my personal opinion. I think in the opinion of a lot of people. Yeah, it's oh yeah, don't forget about your jumbo cackpot in a little while. But yeah, thanks for bearing with us. We're gonna do the second raffle here in just a second. But I wanted to stress that because there are a lot of people who are like inviting people to the Discord, but they can't join for everything because they're not on Midgard. So this is a great opportunity, and like I said, if you've got alts you want to make, do it now. Make 8, even if you don't use them, because you never know if you're going to need them. Highly suggest. This thing does not stay open for long. Sometimes it's only like 3 weeks. So I would do it. You know, it could close any day, and when it closes, it's going to be closed for up to 4 months. So definitely do that. I was going to mention that anyway, and then somebody said that in chat, and and just real quick, I wanted to mention that our Azure Infinitum podcast, which has been on hold, just all these other amazing events, projects, stuff going on. I personally took a 2-week vacation earlier this month. Wasn't a super relaxing vacation. There was a lot of stuff I needed to deal with IRL, but the little things like that have contributed to our Azure Infinitum podcast going on a short hiatus. And also, we are opening it up a bit more to folks that are interested in coming on the podcast. The way we're going to handle it is with our current podcast channel in Discord, and the current invisible podcast VC that some may or may not see. When we get into it, you'll be able to see who's in the podcast channel, and we have a podcast role, and that role will be given to anybody who wants to join it. And when we host the podcast, you can just pop in if you want. There's no obligation to come on all the time. There's no we don't want it to be super serious. We actually want it to just be fun. And I will be leading it and talking about what's going on that week or that month in Azure. And we also want to use it as a way to familiarize people with other stuff going on in the community too, because sometimes we don't all know what's going on, right? There might be something going on in a wing that's really big, where a lot of members are, like for Monster Hunter. We had tons of people. We had 50 people pour into our wing and cap it. And I'll mention a little bit about that in just a moment. But that was amazing to see. Amazing. And if our podcast was active, we would have talked a lot of Monster Hunter. So new games are always coming out, and new opportunities for Azure to grow and build wings are always going to be there in the future. So We also want that to be a nice opportunity for that. And in a moment, I do have an announcement about a new wing of Azure I'll be talking about shortly, which is also perfect to mention on our podcast too. But we want to make sure that we start off with FF14 stuff. That's the core of our community. And I want to reassure everybody that 14, we're really, really adamant about keeping as, that is our focus, that we don't want anything to take away from it. So don't worry that, the other projects, the other wings, other stuff going on, it's not going to take away, they're not going to take away from each other. We do have a core here, but we also want to be positive about all these other, groups and worlds that we're building. We'll get to that in just a moment. Let's take a second and go ahead and do a little bit of a bigger raffle this time. Our middle raffle. So, pausing from announcements here. I'm going to talk about some really exciting stuff next. However, we're taking a break for the second raffle. If you've got a 3-digit number from 0 to 999 that you would like to enter in any of the chats, and that goes for Grand Assembly chat, Twitch chat, or in-game chat, go ahead and put in your 3-digit number. If you would like to /random in-game because you're here with us in the assembly hall, go ahead and do that, and then you'll enter to win. I'm going to /random in a moment. This is going to be a gill and an expensive item prize. And the grand finale raffle at the end of the next phase, that'll be the gift card. So. Oh yeah, I was going to announce this will be a $35 gift card, by the way. Yep. Yeah, it's enough to pay a full sub. Yeah, if you got the full retainers and everything. Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, it's awesome to have you guys here. Really, thank you so much for attending. You guys are awesome. We still got one more chunk of announcements to go, but we're getting there. We're in our little 2-hour time slot. Might go a little over, but really super appreciate everybody here, and I know the council does too. I think that's what's really nice about our community is just everybody kind of appreciates each other in different ways. People like seeing the hype and the excitement, the big event groupings, all the fun and stuff that we try to provide. And we want to keep that momentum going. This is a living, breathing guild. We want to keep that excitement, that energy flowing. Always keep fun things on the horizon. All right, I'm gonna get ready to post the roll here. If you haven't yet and you've been listening, if you need a second, maybe you're off getting a sandwich and you're listening to this, want to get back here and post a 3-digit number, Twitch chat, assembly chat, or in-game chat with a /random roll. We're gonna give out a more expensive prize with a guild prize as well this time. This one's very new. I believe this is a brand new item. Yep, brand new, patch 7.2, I believe. No, I haven't seen it before. No. Welcome back. Yeah, if you haven't posted, if you haven't /randomed or posted in any of the chats yet, you might want to do that because I'm about to see all the numbers here. Okay. 20 seconds. I see we got some guesses in the chats for what it is. Chocobo Fountain, that's a good guess. Okay, here we go. Here's the number, guys. 230. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna expand the log here. 230. Who is the closest to 230? Calypso at 141. Kazuha at 292. 292. Looking down. I want to make sure. Might be Kazuha. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, because that's 60. That's 90 away, and that's 6. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Congratulations, Kazuha. Yep. Captain Kazu. Scout Captain. Come on, let me see. Where are you at? I'll come to you. There you are. There he is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, blast that salted earth. Alrighty. Kazu. No, you're good. You're good. It makes it epic. So here's... Whoops. No, nope, that's not it. 500k. And a Royal Hound minion. Congratulations. Doge. Not quite, but it is a Royal Hound. Yep. Congratulations. 500,000 and a Royal Hound. All right, and that next raffle will be soon, not too long from now, and that'll be our $35 Amazon gift card. It's a digital gift card, so all you got to do is just put in the thing on Amazon. Yep. Yep. If somebody would like to enter to win it, and they don't use Amazon or like Amazon, I'm willing to send them a Game Time card. So that'll be an option. How about that? Game Time card or gift card. It can be for 2 months, but if it's 2 months, just remember that if you pay for retainers, it's going to charge you 2 months of retainers when you go to do it. I hate that they do that. I don't know why do they do that. Like if you pay for the 3 or 6 month sub and you also pay for max retainers and stuff, they make you pay it all at one time. It's crazy. You can't do 1 month of retainers and 3 months of sub at the same time. I'm gonna take a drink really quick because my throat. Yeah, I got water and soda at the moment. I just got a RGB gamer fridge under my desk, so it's real convenient. I don't have to get up. It means I can keep grinding and playing games and reading messages and DMing and multitasking while just quickly grabbing a refreshing drink. No, there's no ranch in there. Can you believe it? I'm a ranch connoisseur. Yep, ranch. We got a ranch shout out and a grimace shout out at the assembly. All right. You guys have been awesome this whole time. Let's go ahead and move forward. That way we can finish up here. I want to make sure we get all these announcements out, though. We've had a lot to talk about today, but we've got some pretty big topics still to come. We haven't run out of the big stuff yet. Yeah, and there will be a Q&A for those that might want to talk about the stuff that's been announced or ask questions that I can answer here in voice and everything. Yep. Okay, so as mentioned in the announcement for the assembly, I mentioned the state of Azure Infinitum. So it's kind of my little address of where we're at currently with our long-term and short-term goals. We have talked kind of about that a little bit during this assembly when it comes to like wings and the return of the podcast, the posting of videos, our websites and things like that. I want to, as we go forward, I want to continue to kind of develop the mindset that we are a multi-platform community. And that kind of means a lot of different things, right? So that's websites, that's videos, it's content, that's FF14, and then all the wings, the additional guilds and structures that are built to house rosters of people that play in other games. So we've got this like broad network that's already been existing for a while and is coming together as officially and more organizationally and neatly as possible. continuing to grow in multiple worlds at all times at 24 hours a day. That's pretty cool. I don't know how often you can find that out there in other guilds or other worlds and communities, but I want to continue to develop the. Boy, somebody's getting started on that recruitment campaign. So I want to continue to develop the mindset that we have kind of as a community, that we are multi-platform. Now, we know that everybody doesn't play everything, okay? Not everybody plays like 5 MMOs or 20 MMOs, or maybe you're not fond of certain games and you're just like, that one sucks, I like this one better. That's totally fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. But we do want people to be supportive of what we're doing here in Azure. And if anybody has questions on like where to find like, the other wings and stuff like that, it's good for folks to at least know that you can see, oh, well, go to Discord, go to the website, stuff like that. At least point them in the right direction. It's not fun when someone's like, that game's terrible, don't play that, because we might end up having somebody that really wanted to participate in something that they could have enjoyed in another wing, and had more option to maintain, consistent engagement with the community, where they might not have, because somebody was like, that's a horrible game or whatever. It's very much opinions. Everybody's opinions are different. What's a good game to some might be a bad game to others, and reputations of some games might have, like, somebody might be like, well, like Destiny players, a lot of Destiny players will say, this is my favorite game I love to hate. The reasoning behind that is because some games can be very frustrating but also very fun. Some people love Final Fantasy 14 for 3 or 4 years and then end up hating it and go to something else. Other people end up hating other MMOs and coming here, and some people are just worn out or just want to try something new. There's all kinds of different reasonings and opinions that are just rotating in this massive community that we're building, but it's really cool that we have a structure built that can support multiple worlds and multiple communities while still having their own separate identities as communities. So the state of our community right now is that we spent 2024 getting a lot more organized with a lot of different things. At the start of 2024, I announced the Ascension project, which was taking Azure from where it was at in 2023 and moving up to the next level with a more condensed universal rules charter that fits most of what we do. So there might be game specific rules and stuff like that, for like how the FC chest is handled, or how something else is handled in whatever else, but overall this is a universal multi-platform community overall. Broadcasts like this will always be done here in 14, and this isn't the only place that we share news either. So somebody will be watching this from our other games. They'll be getting news that mostly, except for maybe certain events and stuff like that, will correspond to some of their interests as well, or relate to. And and then of course we have the website and news and stuff like that too, and our social media posts, which normally I'll be posting on the Azure socials quite often. Often I'll also share stuff onto my personal ones. Just keep in mind that the opinions that I share on my personal stuff, those opinions are my own. They don't always reflect the whole opinions of Azure Infinitum. So there's a lot going on in this world, and some people have a bit of strong opinions on different things. But just keep in mind that Azure is totally separate from that. So I try to promote as much of what we do here as possible amidst my own content. And Azure is growing its own profiles across like 14 different websites. Because some people might not like certain sites. They might go, well, that one's not for me. I want to find Azure, over here, something like Blue Sky. It's very new. Maybe I want to, pin stuff on Pinterest that's Azure related. Maybe I just want to see an update about an event when I open up my Instagram, something like that. This is all over the place. There's a page on Facebook for every wing we have. There's content for everything we do that's posted everywhere, and sometimes we have community content, things that the community's doing, screenshots that people are doing and stuff like that. It's really cool, and it's really neat to see that. So I'd like to continue to promote the open-mindedness of what we've got going on when it comes to wings, social media. I know some views on social media is extremely strong, and everybody's entitled to how they feel. We try not to bring like too much of the real world into our community as much as we can, because we're here to have fun. We're here to have a good time. There's a lot of stuff that we leave at the door and just have a good time with each other. It's important for me and responsible of me to remind everybody that we all come from different places in the world in real life. So, different countries, different beliefs, different backgrounds, all kinds of stuff. But the most important thing is that we respect each other no matter what. You're going to have folks that, might be very into certain things like certain games, for example, and just not be, into the other ones and stuff like that. The same can go with like music or favorite movies and other stuff. It's so easy to clash on things, but just remember that, respect is key. Not that we have a problem with this. It's just important to say and remind. And we want to make sure that, as we're welcoming new people in, that they go, hey, look at the way these guys act. Like, these guys are very respectful and, welcome everybody. Like, everybody is welcome here. So, regardless of, what each one of us posts elsewhere or what each one of us believes elsewhere, here is where we kind of all come together, and for the good of what we do together, for the fun that we share, the games that we enjoy and love. And, don't forget, it might sound cheesy to some, but this is important to say. This is very important stuff. I don't think this is like stressed enough in some communities or in the world. And I think if people had the ability to agree to disagree on some stuff, whether even it might even be your opinions about raids or whatever, just, if you're feeling heated in chats or anything like that, just go cool off. And if you have any issues, remember, you can always approach a leader or something like that. But it's just good to remind every once in a while that, there's a lot of fluctuating things going on in games and in the industry and all over the place. I mean, there's hot topics about video games, certain movies right now, all kinds of stuff right now. And it's just so important that we respect and maintain that respect to each other. As we grow as a multi-platform community, I want to continue to be as transparent about our projects and let everybody know what's going on. That way there's no confusion or wondering, oh, there's something the council's been up to, but we don't know what it is. Obviously, there's going to be some stuff that we work on in leadership, like surprises for you guys, that we want to surprise everybody with, so we don't want that leaked, things like that. Or if we are dealing with a private matter and things like that, we may or may not be, talking about it and stuff, because we don't want to violate any privacy or anything like that. But when it comes to plans for the community, we want to be really, really open about that and let you guys know what we want to do. I know we kind of already mentioned assist, but for those interested in stepping up, Scout is the first rank up. It is the first step up from member, and it's a very do what you feel you want to do with. It's a flexible rank. It's the support category in Azure is something that of ranks is something that is very big on like each person's needs and interests as a support member, as a helper. So if you just want to help keep an eye out on chats and have the scout role and be connected to support channels, fantastic. If you are like, I want to go out and do it all and be it all and help everything and meet every need and host and assist the council and everything, by all oh crap, I just dropped my sound. By all means, let us know. We want to know what your interests are. If you're nervous about stepping up, but it's an interest of yours, you never know what it's like till you get there. Some people step up in rank and they're like, hey, this is pretty cool. You guys got it really organized and make it easy. Azure is a guild built by people who, a lot of us are tired of the way certain guilds in the past have been. We don't want to be a guild where time constraints and stress is a thing in ranks. We want to be flexible. We want to make it to where people can feel good about stepping up and being involved and not feel like, oh, I've got to get on every day. I've got to do this every day. No, it's not going to be like that. It'll never be like that. Never has been, never will be. But we want people to be proud of the positions that they have stepping up. So please communicate your interests. You can do this privately. You can do this now. You can do this anytime. If you want to read more about what Assist does, our Scout Corps and everything, there is a, let me see, I'll tell you the exact spot. I know it off the top of my head, but I want to make sure. talking about a lot of stuff right now. If you go to AzureInfinitum.com and you click Services drop down menu, it says Join Assist. There's a very beautiful page there that, in short, talks about what our ranks do. And this is not leadership ranks. This is actually just support that's just above members. And there's never pressure to rank up. And we have our scouts, our scout sergeants, which are scouts that have been very active with events and helping council and getting ready to host and stuff like that. And we have our captains, who are cleared scouts that help host events, whether there's council present or not. And this also helps us in the future as we grow. We've got folks that are coming up, so we have council to choose from, just like those who came up to lieutenant and were recognized today. We're hardened scouts that helped host and through thick and thin, brought us up with events and everything to where we are, and got us through the last so many months of events. And we're interested in taking another step and coming into leadership, and it's awesome to see that interest and that growth. And so we can do so much even more than where we're at now, because as we grow, we're going to need more eyes, we're going to need more hands in the in the mix. And going forward, I'm personally taking a lot of time to spend with each person that is coming up into hosting and coming into council. So I do have to say that there was some times in the past where I didn't really know certain people that well, and kind of trusted in the judgment of our council, which is fine, and was fine for a while. But in the end, it's not that it's a problem, it's just that it's better for me to know everybody really well who's coming into leadership, at least. So I will be taking a lot of extra time to, even if other council is training somebody, I will still be taking extra time to make sure that everybody who from this point forward is not only familiar with our council charter, which we made last year. It's a charter that keeps the council kind of in line, I guess you could say, in a funny way of putting it. That way there's no questions, and everybody knows exactly what to expect. And everybody that's on this team, this is Azure's leadership team, but it's also my team to assist me in leading this community. And that way we have as much fluidity and synchronicity and synergy as we can, while having a good rapport with each other is what we want. And there were forms of council in the past that I did not have that 100% the way I wanted it to be, and there were issues because of it. So coming up, I'm taking as much time as I don't even care if it's wake up, get on 14, and get on Discord, and then go to sleep, and then repeat. Or I don't care how long it takes, all day, every day. That's what it takes to build this community, brick by brick by brick, with scouts, with council, you name it. I'll be in VC, and a lot of council is, I think our whole council is very, very active players, and they are very interested in getting this community to even bigger heights. We want to see people having fun. That's the goal, right? That's the original goal, and always will be the main goal. Having fun, staying organized, and doing this the best way we can. So we're really, really, really driven and very, very motivated to take this whole thing to the next level. Obviously, we've been around for going on 11 years as a guild, and a little bit more going back if you count 11. But as we grow, we've got stable rosters in all of our wings. There might be a couple that are a little dormant, like Guild Wars is a little small. We had to redo it a while back, and stuff like that. But as for the rest, they're going pretty well. They're steady, and even if they remain casual, that's okay. It's okay if something's casual. There's nothing wrong with that, especially while we're building in those wings. But we have a future vision as a multi-platform community, and we'll continue to be as transparent, have these regular meetings, all of the regular Azure seasonal events that we do, that match they're like weekend events that we do that match the seasonal events in the games and stuff like that. And everything going forward is planned. So between hosts, leaders, scouts, members, our future vision and everything with our core here, there is also something extra we would like to start doing. we had an idea recently that was a genius idea to have community game nights, which is also something we kind of thought about in the past, but not we didn't really have the idea put together, you know, all the way. But we're thinking of ideas for like community game nights. So a game that's not an Azure wing, something that everybody, you know, well, not everybody, but a lot of people might be interested in. Some people like playing Cards Against Humanity online with a group of FC members. Sounds like a blast. Other people that might not think that's fun, but might think getting together in a shooter or a fighting game, you know, stuff like that. There's all these different genres and multiplayer things that we could be using this Discord especially to put these things together, and it builds camaraderie, it builds bonding, it builds you know, oh, this is what it's like to play with this person in this other game. That's a lot of fun. We are leaders who care about that, so we want to try to get that going, even if it's one time a month. You know, let's just pick something and look at it. So the idea, one idea. This is just one idea. It doesn't mean it's the only thing or the main thing or anything like that. But there's a really cool fighting game called Multiverses that's going down soon. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it, and all kinds of wacky characters from different cartoons and movies and stuff. And we just thought, hey, how cool would that be before it goes down? Do a little tournament in Multiverses or something like that. Maybe we can pick like I don't know, like a Marvel Rivals or something like that night, or something fun like that, where we're outside of our wings and games and MMOs. There's an opportunity to actually, you know, perform our grouping method in Discord and just get together for game nights. People can pop in, they can pop out. We might throw out gift cards and things like that. Sound fun? I think it does. I know we've got some council that's on board, and support members that I know definitely think that's cool. Heck yeah, yeah, we got a heck yeah in chat. Yeah, yeah, just some stuff like that, and just get that community camaraderie going. Because, like I said, we are more than an FC. We are more than a guild. We are more than an alliance. These are real people in our community, and we like to have fun, right? Fun's the whole reason why we're here. What was the reason you downloaded 14? What was the reason why you got on Discord? Most likely it was because you like video games. So we like video games. So going forward, you know, with Azure's identity as a determined, unique community brand, as I call it, it is a community brand, a brand of community attached to our content. As we build this community, this is one of resilience. We have survived everything that's come our way. You know, most of the time, you know, there might be a little bump in the road, but it blows over. You know, we're going forward. We're passionate. Azure is led by passionate people. It's supported by passionate people, and it's joined by passionate people. I think that you know, when folks that are out to do no good, you know, pop into our community, it's like they're the awkward ones, you know, and then some of them, you know, stay and turn around or leave, because this is a place that we're going to continue to press that positivity and upliftingness and motivation, while being a passionate, fiery community that has an unwillingness to fail and likes to encourage its members. And if I can achieve that, then I'll be happy that, you know, that that's what we've gotten as far as my lead. And then if we can achieve that together, you know, I'd be very, very satisfied with that. Now, as for our wings, I just want to go, we're going to do our final raffle here just after this. But as for our wings, and if any council had any other comments or anything like that, you guys are welcome to do the raise hand thing, or let me know in the council link show, because that's more in front of my face than the other channel on Discord. But I'm going to go down a quick rundown of our wings. So starting with Destiny 2's Azure Wardens. Currently right now in D2, and I'm going to make this quick because I know not everybody plays everything and it might be boring to some. But Destiny 2 Guardian Games. Guardian Games is the current event that's ending in just a couple days. It's a 3-week event that pits the classes of the game kind of in a competitive form to see who will win for the year. And they get a big trophy in the main hub of the game called the Tower. Destiny's really cool because it's a first-person shooter that is also very much has like RPG mechanics and gearing and stuff like that that can be a lot of fun. Initially, I was not interested in it at all for a few years, and then after like the second or third expansion, I popped in, and ever since I've been a fan. It's really cool to have a MMO-like FPS game that we can pop into with space knights and stuff like that, and floating around and Halo-like gameplay and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. It's beyond PvP. There's a lot of PvE elements, and story is kind of a little all over the place, but it is a good time. So those are in our Azure Wardens. I do want to thank the close to 100 now Azure Wardens. That's in and out of the FC and other places in Discord and other beings of ours. We got Azure Wardens that are unique just to Destiny. Folks that are just recently joined us as well. It's been a really good time. We've got the Heresy Act 3, which is the current patch. That's what's coming out in just a couple days. The next Battle Pass and season is upon us, which means new exotic missions and more. So when we bring the events back and clan nights, we're gonna have some fun stuff to work on together. So if you're a Destiny player and you're in Azure and you're listening to this and you want to join Azure, there's some good stuff coming up. We may not be the most perfect clan as far as D2 clans go, and we're always learning. But I want to do a little shout out to Wing Commander V, our scout captain, and Wing Commander V over from Destiny. He did used to be in the FC once quite a while ago in 14, but is primarily our Wing Commander in Destiny. V is an awesome guy with tons of experience. He knows the game like the back of his hand. He is extremely knowledgeable about the game and loves to help people. So, if you've got a question about Destiny, you're interested in getting into Destiny, want to know where to begin, and you're lost, or maybe there's an item that you just, been meaning to farm for a while, and, V's an awesome guy. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. He's always been supportive and extremely helpful, and especially since taking Wing Commander, he's been, leading officially over there. So that's just been awesome. As far as Elder Scrolls, we do support the PlayStation and the PC one with 2 different Azure Infinitums, 2 different guild halls, 2 different rosters, 2 different sets of resources, all of that on both consoles. I check in there about every day, do a few dailies and stuff like that. We also have a number of scouts and other people. I know we had, I think we had at least one council over there as well too, and it's very casual. It's very casual. We don't have enough for an event or anything like that, but we do have casual, semi-active people that pop over and might do some battlegrounds or something like that together once in a while. But we are increasing recruitment over there as well. Starting probably this next week, or maybe even probably this next week. And there is a new update. There's the latest update, as well as the Jesters Festival going on over there that some of our members in ESO have been doing, which is ending pretty soon, including the current Golden Pursuit. Those are also really fun and great activities for Azure members in ESO to get together on. Golden Pursuits are like month-long things that give something really special. Might be a unique glamour, mount, or both. They seem to be better around the holidays. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Moving on, SOTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic. We've got the flagship and the invasion status going on right now. We are invading Belsalvis currently, and our conquest leaders over in Star Wars Old Republic is actually a member that's unique to Star Wars, whose name is Gamer Person. Gamer Person, and our scout, Jace. Some of you guys may know Jace, our scout. He is over there with Gamer Person. They've been leading in the conquest. If you're doing an invasion on Belsalvis, you can get extra EXP, and we've actually activated the 1,000,000 credit month-long buff for EXP as well. And of course, we've got the rank. We just hit. I think we just hit rank 64. So we're working on getting max rank as a guild over there, which has benefits stat-wise, and also unlocks abilities to post even more buffs as well. And then folks that are leveling alts for the cross-class skills in SOTOR can also level them even faster if you're in Azure. So, and this is a Republic based guild in Azure, in SOTOR. And like I said, the flagship's very nice. We've got the flagship and the fleet stationed over Belsalvis, where the invasion is currently happening. with lots of bonuses and benefits there, and stuff that's being added to the quote-unquote chest, the guild bank, I should say. And if you're over in Throne and Liberty, there's about 20 of us over there. It's not a big group, but people, there are some that are passionate about the game, and the guild sizes over there are very small. So we haven't capped that out just yet. But there is a new expansion, Wilds of Talandre. It's a pretty sizable free expansion. It's really nice. I've been enjoying that a little bit in my downtime. Not too much this week, but just wanted to let people know that the plans for that wing will remain casual for the foreseeable future, even though it is a game based on a lot of PvP and raiding and stuff. There's also nothing wrong with taking it casually, and if we do get people in that want to say they're like, yeah, this thing's awesome and I love it and I want to help more, we're happy to give out what we call our Pathfinder role, which is like in between a member and a wing commander, which is kind of like in between a scout and a member, where it's a member role that can help lead something forward if they're not higher ranked, and if they are higher ranked, then they can be a wing commander and help drive it forward. And anybody, even the casual players, can click the guild contribution tab and just contribute each day, which is cool, which gives you guild points, and maybe in the future we'll do something with those. But it also adds to our buffs in the game as well. That's Throne and Liberty. Worth trying. It's also kind of cool because it's Amazon games, and whether you love them or hate them, it's kind of neat to have those cross promotion things that they do. So there's a lot of Twitch drops and Amazon games promotions and extra currency and stuff like that. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you've got some benefits as well in Throne and Liberty. So that's cool. They also got other MMOs like Lost Ark, and they're building a new Lord of the Rings one, which is really cool, and something else I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's neat having those as well because, like I said, Prime members and cross promotion is really fun. Maybe there's something we can do with that as well in the future. Monster Hunter Wilds. Current status is the clan capped, and what we started doing was we noticed there was a few people that were not like some Japanese players and some folks that may have not been in the Discord. So we decided to, this was a decision from Wing Commander Defensor, General Defensor, Wing Commander, fellow Wing Commander with Celine on Monster Hunter Wilds, where we have the clan at. This capped really fast. Like, a ton of people joined it. They were, all of you guys that are in the clan over in Wilds are really, really supportive. Chat channel has exploded for it when we made it. And I think a lot of people right now are just, they played a ton of it, and now they're kind of casually hunting for different parts and getting ready for the title update. So the title update that's coming is bringing the Grand Hub, which is a big place that you can meet other players and see other Azure members there. April 3rd, yes, yeah, April 3rd, yeah. And so some of the randoms that were in there, just a few. Defensor's removing them, so that way the people that are in our Discord and currently officially in Azure, which is being in our Discord, and if you are registered on the website, which is optional, or in any of our other wings, in that that's being in Azure in any form, that means that you're officially in Azure in some form, which means that you can be in the clan. But if you're listening to this and you're somehow in our wing and you're not in the website or another guild or in the Discord or anything, you might be removed for a member that is, because we want to make sure that people that are in Azure have that spot. So we're not going to say oh, this guy's an awesome hunter and he's a name we can't read and we don't know who he is, and he's not in anything else. We're going to remove that person for an Azure member. Defensor said he mentioned it in the Wing channel, but if he's in, please post your ID in the game, the Hunter ID. We have a Monster Hunter forum in our Discord that has a post for Hunter IDs. If you post your Hunter ID, this also helps him know not to remove you, and while making room, because this is a 50-member clan. You can't add more than 50. Making a second clan is not really going to help, but I think 50 is a decent number. So, if we get to the point where it's 50 and they are all Azure and they are all active, we might have to think about an activity type thing, or maybe we'll just have to have a waiting waiting system or something. But it's amazing that we're blessed with a capped clan right off the bat. I mean, you guys have been awesome who've supported it. So if you want into the Wilds clan, especially with title update 1 right around the corner in just a couple days, bringing Mizitsune and the Grand Hub and even more, hunter ranks and all that stuff, please like post your hunter ID in the Monster Hunter forum and join the clan. Join the clan. Contact Defensor Celine. I know Defensor is doing a lot of stuff with the roster, so just be vocal about it. You can even post in the channel if you're trying to get a hold of somebody. Just be vocal and let us know that hey, I want in. Yeah, Arc Tempered Ray Dow, the return of the end game boss for actual hunts. Yep. Yeah, the Arc Tempered monsters. It's going to be really cool. There's Capcom's going to be, this is just like barely a month old. It's not even, I don't even think it's a whole month yet. Is it? Maybe it is. Yeah, it is. It is now officially a month old. And the armor sets are beautiful. It's a fun game. And if you're one of those, it's like, man, Monster Hunter's not really for me. Like, I'm not really that good at it, or feels like Dark Souls with monsters. That's kind of where my mindset has been, because I'm not a super big Monster Hunter person. But don't forget that you're in Azure. You're in a place that this is a non-judgmental space. Like, this is a place where we have people that really like to help each other. But just like in the FC, we've got to know when you need it. If you don't say anything, or you don't talk to anybody, or we don't know you need help, how are we ever going to know? If you say it one time in FC chat and it gets buried, how are we going to know? So we need you to post in Discord, LFG channel, the wing chats, anything that lets us know that's like it's there for a little while and we can see it. Then we can swoop in and be like, all right, let's go. Let's get this done for you. And and it's a lot of fun. So Monster Hunter Wilds is a game that's way more fun with people. Like, it's way more. Some might want to solo it, sure, but it's a lot more fun with people. So that's kind of what's going on in the Monster Hunter Wild Wings. A lot of people excited for Title 1 update. Yeah. Yep. And last, but certainly not least, my last announcement for the assembly. We have officially, as of this week, formed a World of Warcraft Azure Infinitum guild that is official and currently recruiting. It is fully set up. It is a guild bank. There are resources being piled into it. It is building every day, and it's been going for about a week. Now, I understand that there are some opinions about World of Warcraft. We know. Trust us, we know. However, we want people to keep in mind that this is a very wildly successful and large MMO. Okay? And it is something that could bring joy to people who either used to love the game and didn't have a community to hop back in with. Maybe people that were like, man, I was in a guild once that was toxic and it sucked, but I wish I could have enjoyed the game with people like Azure. There you go. It's made. It's building. It's being like worked on by, it's not just like kind of casual like ESO and stuff like that is for our wing. Our World of Warcraft guild right now, it's got me in it. It's got ex-General Stefan in it. And I want to give a special shout out too to Scout Sergeant Marshall, or also known as Kiki, Kikimo Kiki here in game, and Aaron Keen in game here, who also is Corey. Sorry, you guys, the names I'm trying to remember. Kikimo Kiki and Corey Kikori, I think it was. Yeah, you guys have been awesome in spearheading that project, and they are very passionate about World of Warcraft and doing this for Azure. So I've got it on a second screen a lot of the days. You might see it say World of Warcraft on my Discord, but I'm usually in 14 no matter what I'm doing. So, that doesn't mean I'm spending like, copious amounts of time over there instead. It's just that Discord can't show more than one game at one time. But I digress. This is a big move for us because we it's very mixed opinions. People who play 14 that never played WoW, there are a lot, including myself in the past, who just kind of looked at it as a almost like an opposition to the game or like some kind of rival or something. But in fact, if you're with the right community and you're in the right place, you might actually, if you play this game, if you play World of Warcraft, you could have an entirely different view of that experience if you're with the right people. It makes a huge difference. I never thought in a million years that I would try it. I tried it, and I have to say I like it. And it'll never become like more than 14 to me, because even though it might become my second favorite, who knows? Might be a third, second favorite. I don't know. But my goal is here. So please, no worries on that. But again, with the I had to give a disclaimer because this is a big undertaking and it's a big change, and there's some there are some opinions that are floating around out there in the game itself, or maybe in RFC, maybe that this is a horrible, toxic, dated piece of old game or something like that. And actually, they just had one of the best expansions they've ever had. The graphics have been reworked. If you haven't played in like 20 years, it's beautiful. There's a lot of stuff about it. I mean, even with there's stuff that happens with every game company. There's a lot of stuff that they've moved on from. We don't personally care about that when it comes to the company behind it. We're looking at viable products that can help build our community and bring people together, because that's what we want the most of. So it's beautiful that we can see if someone's like, man, I had a bad experience there, but now I'm having a good experience because of Azure. That's what we're doing it for. And it's like I said, it's not even though we promote our other wings. This is not Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's not Phantasy Star. This is World of Warcraft. This is a legendary MMO that is very alive. I actually, with Asmongold's stuff, and I'm not bringing him up because there's a lot of negative stuff and positive stuff on him, but I'm saying that with his move to 14, which was a historic moment in the game, okay, that was a milestone in the game. Going forward with all of the the competition and stuff like that, people think that it's actually like, oh, WoW killer is a term that gets thrown around for 14, stuff like that. But when you actually go there yourself, it's like just as popular as ever, and it's changed quite a bit in some places. We have decided to choose the Moonguard server of all servers. Yes, it's kind of like I mean, I hate to say it this way because Balmung has so many bad connotations to it, but it is like a Balmung of World of Warcraft. But that means there's also a lot of really interesting people who like to take their time and appreciate the game in different ways. And I think that's actually really good for Azure, given that we're a proud community with a lot of customs and organization. And a guild has an identity. A guild has a crest. A guild has a history. It might even have lore to it. We think that's cool. Okay. Some people in the world may not understand that. Some people might think the extra fluff to a guild or a community is kind of silly, no matter what game it's in. But we do. We like our colors. We like our blue. We like our name. We like our crest. We are Azure. We're proud of it, and we're not ever stopping. So you can call us weirdos. You can call us a cult. It doesn't matter what you call us. We are proud of our community, and we will continue to support our identity as a community and who we are. And whatever game that we're in, whatever avenue that it takes us, we will be there. We will be there. A message from Kiki, who's helping spearhead the WoW Guild. Says, Reika and all of you, thank you for all the support. Let's continue to drive this community bigger, and we are here for Azure in full and want to welcome all to try WoW. We are still here for you in Final Fantasy XIV, so if you see me on WoW but need help, I will jump in games. Love you all. Is from Kiki. That's from Kiki Mo Kiki. I believe, let me see, your name in WoW. What was that? Was it Zaraveth or something like that, I think it was. I'm sorry, I haven't memorized the other ones yet. Yes, Zaraveth. Okay. Yeah, and Corey. Corey is awesome. Yep. So that is my little statement. This is disclaimer and announcement for our Azure Infinitum World of Warcraft guild on Moonguard server. Now accepting invites. We've got our first 9 or 10 members that have joined in just a couple days. Pretty cool. And these are active people playing, off and on. Some in 14 and some are not. So this is really, really neat. We have already, just like our other wings, we've actually already met people who have who are passionate about one of those other games, and they're like, you know what? I do play Final Fantasy 14, or I do have an account that I haven't activated in a while. And some of them, believe it or not, has said exactly what we expected. Oh yeah, I had an old FC that fell apart, or I had an old group that just turned elitist and left, or I had an old group that stopped playing, or whatever the case may be, when we meet people like that in another game, they come here to 14 and then add to our community. So please, my friends, be open-minded and support what Azure's doing. Even if you're not a huge fan of the game or the people behind the game, we understand. Those opinions are welcome to be shared, but please support what we're trying to do with bringing people together across the world and many worlds and many Azure skies. So very exciting, very positive. A lot of potential there, and you're going to see people from different wing VCs and stuff like that. Discord is slowly going to become more and more alive, and I think with our recruitment campaign underway in 14 and our guilds, it's just gonna this is the beginning of what I like to call a snowball. I think that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a snowball in motion, and I personally have a lot of people here in Azure to perform my duties for, and I got a lot of people not in Azure to disappoint. Thank you guys so much for attending this assembly, and our next thing that we're going to do here is our raffle, and then we will have a Q&A. So those who want to stick around, and if you've got some comments or questions or proposals or feedback, all of that's welcome. We're going to do our raffle right now. And let me hop over to... I got to hop over to the center of the room because I can't see certain roles unless I'm in the center because the room's so wide. It's a wide room. So many people here. Okay, yeah. So starting with... I'm going to say Johnny's role because that's the first one that I was able to clearly see. Johnny's role forward, if you've already rolled or if you want to roll again. Roll one roll, unless I didn't see you before, Johnny. And a 3-digit number in Twitch or Discord. And this is for the $35 Amazon gift card or the option of a game time card, a 2-month game time card. And the 2 months isn't more than the Amazon one. It's because it's the 2 months of $14.99 or the $35. Yep, and that's applicable to anything on Amazon.com that you want. You can get a game, whatever. That's totally up to you once I send you the digital card. Let me see here. So the last time I sent a digital card, I think I had to have an email, so you might have to send me one. You could even make a throwaway one if you want, just for me to be able to send that to you. Just a disclaimer that I might need that to send the gift card. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Keep the rolls coming. Keep those that haven't rolled yet. This is the roll for 2 months of game time for the basic sub or $35 on Amazon. This is just to say thank you to our community and to be able to do this. This is awesome. I kind of mentioned that we wanted to try something like this last time. Defensor with the fake email in the chat there. AOL. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Eorzea Online. Yep. EOL. Checks to see if there's alcohol on Amazon. Oh man. There's that new Final Fantasy 14 like Heidelin and Zodiark like booze that's coming out. Don't know if you guys have seen that. It looks pretty cool. The previous one that came out was called The Prisoner. And it had like Warrior Light on it. It was really cool. Came in a cool box. Yeah. Get one of those spicy Stola figures. That's some nice figures on Amazon. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got some glow stick action. Heck yeah. All right, just another minute here. We've been here for 2.5 hours, so we're gonna close up here in a second with the raffle again on Twitch, in Discord, and here in game. 3-digit number. or a random roll. We got a gift card going out. We got Gil going out for the recruitment report. We got people popping up in all our games. Stuff is happening here. This is an exciting community. The Mother Ranch. I love it. I love it. Awesome. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Here we go. All right. I'm typing. /random. We gotta. I'm gonna get a drum roll soundboard and stuff like that for the next assembly. I think it'll be funny. Have some kind of like ticket noise or a drum roll soundboard or something clever to put in on the next assembly. Yeah. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. 66. Oh my gosh. All right, want to check all chats, make sure. Okay. Is it Aster? Let me see. Let me expand my log. Whoops, hold on. Crap. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Sorry, I had to make sure I had the right channel before I expanded my log. I didn't want everybody to see my my Grimace Ranch link shell. Okay. Going down 66. So they're saying Sohaya. Let's see. Oh, Sohaya's is 87. Oh, there's a 36 and an 87. Oh, let's see. Okay, so 36 is 30 away, right? Okay. Sorry, I'm bad at math. I'm good at writing. I'm bad at math. It's not my skill tree. My skill tree is like all my points went into English and writing. Sorry. Sohaya Astartes, nice reference there. Warhammer 40k. 87. So, oh yeah, 87 is closer to 66. Yeah, duh. Okay, yeah. Yeah. All right. Aster, hooray! My losing streak is back. Oh my gosh. 21 away. Yep, 30 to 21. Wow. 20. All right. And Sohaya, is that a? You gotta choose the gift card or the game time. Just let me know. Oops, put this in chat here. Game time. All right. All right. Whoops, my overlay went up. All right, congratulations to Sohaya Astartes for winning 2 months of subscription game time. All right. Cool. Awesome. All right. So I will be, let's see, Sohaya is in... You're in Discord, right, Sohaya? I just don't know if I've seen you before in Discord. Because I'll DM you, or you know, I can either DM you or I can. I had a feeling. Okay, there was like one name here I wasn't familiar with. Okay. Do you mind if I make your server nickname your character name so we know who you are? It'll still show your other name on when you click you. It just helps us know who you are. Yeah, and I'll DM you. I'll DM you a little bit after this with the code. All right, guys. We are going to do our little Q&A. So that is the end of our announcement phase. And the assembly is just about over here. If we have anybody that wanted to stay to talk about any questions about what we talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about wings. We talked about the vision of Azure. We talked about the state of the community and the needs. We talked about a lot of FC plans and weekly events. all kinds of stuff. We talked about stepping up to Scout and more. If you have any questions about any of that, or or might have a proposal, or just want to give feedback, if you want to take the stage here in the stage channel, and be heard on stream and across the Azureverse. I like the way that sounds, across the Azureverse. I might have coined a new term there. If you want, if you just want to type something in chat here that I can read out as well, or comment on here in voice, go for it. Go for it. There's a raise hand option in the Assembly VC, and if you have something on Twitch, you want to type a comment on Twitch, and I'll read it, or in the Say chat here where we're present in game. Go for it. We'll give a couple minutes. If I don't see anything or anything like that, then we'll just go ahead and close up. Oh my goodness, I have no idea how long I had that mute button on. Oh my gosh. Crap, how long did I have that on? I accidentally hit mute for a little bit. Yeah, so we are in the this is the Q&A portion of our assembly. We're about to end here, but oh, like a minute. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I muted it to cough or something like that. I think I didn't undo it. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, proposals, feedback, anything like that, an idea, something nice you just want to say about the FC. If we talked about a lot here. We talked about all the events and wings and the future of Azure, stepping up, any of that. If there's something that, and you're also welcome to ask anything later on if you want to ask me something, or one of our council members about anything to do with what we've talked about here today, or stuff that's coming up. Feel free. There's a raise hand option thing where you can take the stage and be heard on stream here, or talk to the FC if you want to make a statement. You just want to say, "Yeah, I love this place so much," or if you want to, ask about what our plans are for certain groupings or anything like that. Please do so. We'll give it a couple minutes, and then we'll close up if there isn't any. But this is the Q&A portion in case there's any. Just gives us a chance to answer some questions live and talk to folks. If you've got a Eternal Bond ceremony, if you've got like a static that you're trying to recruit for, these are all things. This is all like a perfect spot. Of course, you can use other channels and LFG and things like that in our Discord, but this is like a good time for that as well. That's why we kind of offer this as well as our other comm channels. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. If you have a comment, if you're on Twitch and you want to leave a question or something for Azure, or if you want to chat here. Let's see. Oh, I see one. Okay. Yep. Hey, welcome to the stage, Marshall / Zaraveth in WoW / Kiki.
Yes.
14. Welcome.
Thank you. So I did want to, in case some people that are PC players that were interested in slightly in WoW, but were like, well, I don't really want to necessarily have a extra monthly, subscription to pay for. once you get started in the game and say you're a good crafter and that's what you're into, you can pay for your subscription through getting gold in game. So you can totally eliminate your subscription monthly altogether. So if it was like maybe funds or something like that, there are ways to pay for your subscription. So I thought that was a important aspect because not a lot of MMOs allow you to do that.
Yep, and that's in WoW, World of Warcraft.
That was it.
All right.
And also, like I said, anybody ever need anything, just let me know, or DM Aaron, Kokori, and Discord. And even if we're not on, we check our Discords normally on our phones. If we're free and you're like, hey, I'm on WoW, can I get invited to the guild? We'll jump on and get you in there. Same thing with 14. If we're not busy, you need help, we're there as well. Don't be afraid. That's all.
Awesome. And thank you so much for everything you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you and all to the community for, being so supportive and, being such a great, respectful bunch of people.
Thank you, Marshall. All right, and we got a comment from Calypso saying, just wanted to give thanks to everyone for being so welcoming and eager to help. I appreciate the lively spirit, and I'm always looking forward to participating more in events and group content as I experience more of the story. Happy to be part of the team. Glad to have you, Calypso. Yep, thank you for the comment. Thank you. Okay, and just anybody else that would like to ask a question, have any ideas, proposals, comments, any personal endeavors they'd like to share about statics or weddings or anything like that, go ahead and let us know. It's a great stage to hop onto and just let the community know. Outside of those here in Twitch and the Assembly channel, there will be more people watching and catching up as they get home from work or find some free time later. So it will reach a number of more people in the community as well. And of course, not everybody's comfortable saying things publicly, so you're also welcome to reach out in private as well. Yeah, Bryce mentioned working on collecting items for i740 caster accessories and gathering some materials and stuff like that. Yep. Four-armed paladin. Where are you at? I don't see you. Wait. No. Oh, I see you. So we got Rack has fused with, or Defensor's fused with Rack. Rack Fensor. Def Vasha. Like a DBZ fusion, that'd be cool. All right. You get the horns and the bunny ears, or the VR ears, and the cat ear hood. You have 6 ears. Rack Fencer. All right. I like it. All right, guys. That is it for this Azure Grand Assembly, March 2025. Again, thank you very much. Thank you to all of those across our community listening to this at a later date, as well as those here tonight. And real quick, Kazuha mentioned if anyone who has started Monster Hunter Wilds and would like to play the older games, such as Monster Hunter World, for example, the pseudo sequel, I guess, or prequel. Prequel to that came out previously. Very, very good game. Kazuha said he is always down to help with those as well. Yep. Right. Yeah. Thank you, Captain Kazuha, Captain Arkwright. All right, guys, and again, thank you very much for sticking with us this whole time. Those online, those here in Discord, and all those here in game. We got mixed and different crowds across the network, and those who might be watching from our wings and other places that this is shared. Yeah, and Bryce mentioned if you're having trouble getting geared for your class, don't be afraid to ask crafters if you need something crafted. So there's some folks in the FC that are trying to get things crafted for people, and we're always able to help with a piece of gear and things like that, especially if you come to a raid and you're like an eye level behind or something like that. Just let us know. Don't be afraid to ask. That's what FC funding is also for. Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you around and around the community and around VC. That would be the end. That would conclude this Grand Assembly. It's been awesome. We talked about a lot of cool stuff today. Of course, some of the details will be posted online as things get closer. Don't forget, Azure Grand Duel Tournament 26 taking place tomorrow. Tomorrow, we might see a new Infinitum. Well, we will see a new Infinitum champion. Who it will be, don't know. We'll see. We'll take the 20 mil prize pot, and who will be the champion? Might be the same person. Might be two different ones. Who knows? All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks again.